Here follows the story related in the briefest possible words, with the omission of everything that is merely unprofitable or superfluous. They say that the sun, when he became aware of Rhea's intercourse with Cronus, invoked a curse upon her that she should not give birth to a child in any month or any year. But Hermes, being enamored of the goddess, consorted with her. Later, playing at draughts with the moon, he won from her the 70th part of each of her periods of illumination, and from all the winnings he composed 5 days, and intercalated them as an addition to the 360 days. The Egyptians even now call these 5 days intercalated, and celebrate them as the birthdays of the gods. They relate that on the first day, when the old moon changed to the new, as a period of illumination, since the light given by the moon at that time is practically negligible. An intimation of this is given in his Life of Solon and the Scholium on Aristophanes' clouds in 1186. 1/70th of 12 lunar months of 29 days each, 348 days, is very nearly 5 days. Of these days Osiris was born, and at the hour of his birth a voice issued forth saying, "The Lord of all advances to the light." But some relate that a certain Pamiles, while he was drawing water in Thebes, heard a voice issuing from the shrine of Zeus, which bade him proclaim with a loud voice that a mighty and beneficent king, Osiris, had been born, and for this Cronus entrusted to him the child Osiris, which he brought up. It is in his honor that the festival of Pamilia is celebrated, a festival which resembles the phallic processions. On the second of these days Eris was born, whom they call Apollo, and some call him also the elder horse. On the third day Typhon was born, but not in due season or manner, but with a blow he broke through his mother's side and leapt forth. On the fourth day Isis was born in the regions that are ever moist, and on the fifth Nephis, to whom they give the name of Finality and the name of Aphrodite, and some also the name of Victory. There is also a tradition that Osiris and Eris were sprung from the sun, Isis from Hermes, and Typhon and Nephis from Cronus. For this reason the kings considered the third of the intercalated days as inauspicious, and transacted no business on that day, nor did they give any attention to their bodies until nightfall. They relate, moreover, that Nephis became the wife of Typhon, but Isis and Osiris were enamored of each other and consorted together in the darkness of the womb before their birth. Some say that Eris came from this union and was called the elder horse by the Egyptians, but Apollo by the Greeks. One of the first acts related of Osiris in his reign was to deliver the Egyptians from their destitute and brutish manner of living. This he did by showing them the fruits of cultivation, by giving them laws, and by teaching them to honor the gods. Later he traveled over the whole earth civilizing it, without the slightest need of arms, but most of the peoples he won over to his way by the charm of his persuasive discourse combined with song and all manner of music. Hence the Greeks came to identify him with Dionysus. During his absence the tradition is that Typhon attempted nothing revolutionary because Isis, who was in control, was vigilant and alert. But when he returned home Typhon contrived a treacherous plot against him and formed a group of conspirators 72 in number. He had also the co-operation of a queen from Ethiopia, who was there at the time and whose name they report as a soul. Typhon, having secretly measured Osiris's body and having made ready a beautiful chest of corresponding size artistically ornamented, caused it to be brought into the room where the festivity was in progress. The company was much pleased at the sight of it, and admired it greatly, whereupon Typhon jestingly promised to present it to the man who should find the chest to be exactly his length when he lay down in it. They all tried it in turn, but no one fitted it. Then Osiris got into it and lay down, and those who were in the plot ran to it and slammed down the lid. which they fastened by nails from the outside and also by using molten lead. Then they carried the chest to the river and sent it on its way to the sea through the Tenitic mouth. Wherefore the Egyptians even to this day name this mouth the Hateful and Execrable. Such is the tradition. They say also that the date on which this deed was done was the 17th day of Adar, when the sun passes through Scorpion, and in the 28th year of the reign of Osiris. But some say that these are the years of his life and not of his reign.